everyone. Uh, my name is Troy J. Walker. I'm an author of the book, I'm Not Your Enemy. Before I begin, I'd just like to give all praises and glory to the Almighty God and all our ancestors who shedded blood for us to have the opportunities that we have in today. Um, what I'm going to do for the next 10 weeks is break my book down in chapters from 1 to 10. Tonight, we'll be starting with chapter 1, which is Wake Up. It's the name of it, Wake Up. And I'm going to read a couple of excerpts from it. And I'd like to have a discussion about it to hopefully feed a different behavior. Because, like most of you, I am upset with the route that we going. Because it could have been, our ancestors could have been the ones on earth today, and we could have been in their place in the 1600s. And I don't think they'll be pleased for how we behaving today for the sacrifice they made in the 16, 17, 18, 1900s. So I'm going to begin kind of from the beginning of chapter 1, Wake Up. And this is how it looked like this. I'm not your enemy. The binary effect. I said it before, and I would like to say it again. I was inspired to write this because I don't believe that we should be killing each other for the differences that we have with one another. We got to find better ways to communicate our differences besides killing each other. Because guess what? Killing each other don't make you a man when you kill somebody. Years ago, in 1991, I want to say, I did some federal time in 90, but I didn't cooperate with the state, and I had some open state charges. So after I did my time in the feds, I was transported to the state. I was coming off the weight pile. At the time, I could have been 26. They had 3 gentlemen, 2 of them bragging on the other guy who apparently killed 30 people while he was on the street. I was about to pass that up because I didn't want to entertain it. For some reason, something stopped me and told me just to deal with it. So I stopped in my tracks and I said, hey, man, look, think about this. I can give a 6-year-old a loaded gun, point in the direction, and if he got strength enough to pull the trigger, he can kill somebody. Would you give him the same respect that you're giving this guy right here? It's not like the guy was like way over there. He was right there. And they was looking at me. I say, what I'm trying to tell you is, it takes a man to save a life. A child can take one. So the guy who they was bragging about and bragging on, he just stepped to me and said, hey, man, you Al Capone, I'm Frank Nitti. Now, anybody know anything about the mob, Al Capone is the boss. Frank Nitti is the worker. That's the road he took. But with all that being said, I'm about to get to chapter 1, Wake Up. Okay. Chapter 1, Wake Up. This is the beginning of it. First of all praises forever rendered to the Most High, the Almighty God, the God of my ancestors, who fully depended on God for everything in any situation or circumstances. Even when they was hauled as cargo, chained together at the bottom of ships, sick and terrified, beaten and abused, tortured and shamed, my ancestors never relinquished the trust that they had in God. I mean, through unimaginable horrors like rape, murder, selling and separating of family members, just to name a few of those horrors. Yet, their fate remained in God. Somehow, the weight of those burdens from the past traveled through time and added more pain and suffering to a disadvantaged people who already had everything of value stolen from us. Now we were forced to deal with a new predator, with old predatory behaviors, which is the killing of our people, raining down terror in many black neighborhoods across America, murdering each other for money, drugs, jealousy, territory, self-hate, revenge, and so many other foolish reasons. Sound familiar? Yeah. I know y'all can relate to this. I'm heartbroken. I rushed to get this material together because I put the weight of our conditions on me, because I knew at one time in my life I participated in this, and I hear it now that some of these guys blame this generation for how they are. But the question I always ask them: what did you do? Who did you help? Who did you talk to? See, like I said last week, one generation was fed this, another generation was fed that. Now this generation was fed this. Just imagine being a kid in the world today. Some of us was kind of sheltered and protected, even from television. You know, some of us kind of older that can remember certain, you couldn't even curse on television. You didn't have a lot of sexual activity going on television. Huh. Times have changed. I mean, a kid today exposed to it all. It's like nobody cares. So we got lost. And especially us, because like I said earlier in this publication, that everything of value been stolen from us. We take that for granted. Speaking another man's language, learning his culture, learning his ways. Our names have been changed to their names. This is real. This ain't no hate. Pro-black don't make a person anti-white. That's crazy for me to hate a person for the color of their skin. My truth tells a lie. Someone else lied. But if you don't know who you are, you'll be living that lie. That would happen to me and most of us that get caught up in these systems. You have to learn who you are. Your ancestors, trace this back. Understand, being in this country haven't been easy for black people. It's been a tough road to this very day. Like I said, lions shouldn't be killing lions while hyenas sit back and watch. So we all got to take more responsibility to reach our young, talk to them. I know it's a tough job. I know I'm out here too. It's tough. But we have to find a way to do this, because guess what? Our life on earth is not long. We think we're going to be here forever. All of us feel that way. People dying. Matter of fact, since I'm on that subject, they had 3 people died in the past 2 weeks in my neighborhood. And I would like to shout out to the family. I'm glad I mentioned that. Twala B, I want to shoot out to you and your to your family for your passing. June from Marrero, Twala B from Marrero in Hedale, and Amos McGowan, who died last night. I'd like to shout out to your families, man. Y'all rest in peace. But back to what I was saying, the subject at hand. Wake up. It's just what it is. It's time to wake up. The ball is in our court. We have to be the one to change the course. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard, but money should be our guide. Because guess what? When we didn't have money, we still had problems. Now some of us got money, lots of money, billions, tens of of millions and still can't get it right. Some of us can climb out of this, crawl out of these ghettos, crawl out of the slums, and get to these levels in life. And yet, you never believe there was a part of us, but we still support them. I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I'm saying they should be obligated to understand how hard it is down here. So until they can really see what's going on, we, the ones that's dealing with this stuff, we should unite best we can. Where you're from, New Orleans, Chicago, California, New York, Cleveland, wherever you're from, we should have a better understanding that, hey, I'm struggling, you struggling. Let's work together. Let's stop the killing. Let's clean up our neighborhoods. So, at one time we used to sell drugs to older people. We never sold to kids. We never even did that in front of kids. We done lost our way for real. But like I said, we have to work together to solve these problems because we got many. We can't put it on nobody else. I'm not blaming a white man and all that, but they showed a lot of responsibility because they denied a lot of that opportunities. Every time we grow here, they change the game to go there. And we're seeing it in real time. But I'm going to move on to page 11. This really, it's really a heartfelt book. I wrote it with, I believe, the inspiration of God. And this part here is just one of them home run parts that I really, really, really love. It's on page 11. And I'm going to go back and read this right here. Remember, God did not place us on earth just to kill one another. This is a choice. This is trickery. This is manipulation. This is extreme ignorance and heartless behavior on those who promote it and those who carry it out. It's shameful. And when you kill a person, think about it. You're not only killing him, you're killing his family. You're killing generations that come from him. Maybe a Malcolm X you're killing. That coming out of this man's system. Martin Luther King. Harriet Tubman. When you kill that one individual, you're killing everything that he ever gonna produce or she gonna produce. So this is serious business. Some kind of way we don't even respect our life. We don't respect each other and if you don't, it's easy to kill and don't even think about it. Think about it for a minute. You're taking a human being, somebody that's struggling like you, that look like you. Where this come from? Why this became acceptable? Why it became cool to be known as a killer? It's not cool, man. It's not cool. Because somebody loved that person you didn't kill. I don't care what his condition is or what her condition is. So we got to love each other a little more, and that comes from the respect part. So it's hard dealing with this. Because I show this burden every day. This not a game to me. It's not about the money for me. It's not about notoriety for me. I understood that I could have been dead, but God spared me many times, not just one. And I see kids dying for not a fraction of what I done. And some of y'all have done. That's not fair. That's not right. We have to do more. That's all I'm saying. Stop playing around, joking around. This is serious business. They got people on all fronts trying to do what they can. Fight for voting rights. That's always under attack. And all other things, I mean, the list is long and you know it too. So I want to just deal with the smallest things. And the smallest things is the biggest things. Us respecting each other. It's almost like, I'm going to put it to you like this. Put down the guns. That's all I'm asking. Put down the guns and make your mind a gun and make your heart the trigger. Put down the guns, make your mind the gun and make your heart the trigger. Killing ain't where it's at, man. Learning how to forgive. Because God himself forgive us. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. None of us are. Get mad with each other. Let's work it out. Let's talk. Let's get other people involved. Some people that's credible, that care for you, care for him or her. You know, you see it. They put this stuff all on Facebook where kids fighting each other and grown people sitting around there watching it for entertainment. Come on, man. Come on. Let's get real with this. Moving on. I'm gonna go to something that a friend of mine, he really liked this little part, and it's on page 11 as well. I always wonder, like a large majority of you, why most Black people often suffer so much. Why does everything always have to be so hard and difficult? Why is hatred so deeply implanted in the Black community? The answer is hidden in plain sight. For generations, we had to learn and survive another man's way of life. We need to return to our own way. For example, if we was running a relay race, but every team was given a 5-minute head start except ours, and we were only able to compete after a 5-minute mark, what is our realistic chances of winning? Now, what that saying is, this life in America for a Black man, Black woman, Black child, that most people, I'm gonna just put it out there like it is. Look at in real time, Afghanistan for 20 years, they've been investing money to fight a war, terror. But now, in less than 8 days or something, the Taliban took the country right over in 8 days, if I'm not mistaken. But the people that they're trying to get out, trying to bring them to America and set them up, just because they was doing some, I guess, ratting, helping America with the language barriers and what's going on, whatnot. But my point I'm making, they set them up in America, give them the stores or whatever they get, in the credit limit, whatever, to get them set up. And I, as a child, when I was younger, I used to wonder how the Vietnamese was able to do this, and Black people work their tails off and can't get nowhere. I couldn't understand that stuff. You get old and you start looking at and start learning things, and you see. I'm not hating on Afghanistan people. That's not what I'm saying. My point is, that's a part of that relay race. How most people get the opportunity and we don't. Now, for all the years our ancestors have worked and slaved and took it to the chin. And other people, other minority people now come over and they can follow suit and get the things a little more easier than the people that paid the dues. But it's cool. What I'm saying, we have to understand all these things that seem like minute, but it's serious. In a casual conversation, you can have these talks and people will wonder, okay, it's not about Black, it's not about white, but it always come back there. It always come back down to that. It's not that I created it, not that you created it, but just the way it is. And for us not to be able to recognize it and do better with each other, because if we can't do better with each other, how are we going to do better with someone else? We got to start loving ourselves. We have to start loving ourselves and respecting ourselves. All right? So, wow, let's see here. I don't want to read the whole book. I'm trying to pick some pieces to share. And I don't have to freelance here. But okay, got another little part I can share. In America, we're living in parallel moments. We're escalating differences all around us, from government entities to the citizens around the country. We're in a corrosive state where race, injustice, inequality, unfairness need to be located in a systematical outcome for Black and brown and poor people. The working poor have been suffering for many generations, stuck hopeless dreams and real serious nightmares. We are where which are tangible realities. Oh, so the wake up is like the staple of getting everything started, because the way it's formatted and the way this book is laid out, by the end chapter, you're gonna be amazed for how this thing gonna come together. It's like playing dominoes. You hit one, it automatically connects to the other one. And I didn't design this. I just happened to be the writer of it, but I didn't design it. When I looked at it myself, it amazed me. So you're gonna be in for a treat. You're gonna be in for a treat as you see it. But now, what I'm about to do, um, I was gonna have a few guys come over tonight. The guy who helped me design this cover, he's gonna be here next week. Um, I told him what I wanted, and it wound up coming to this. I'm have other two brothers gonna come next week. We're gonna discuss this next chapter. Gonna be brothers. That's the name of this chapter. Chapter 2 is brothers. It's gonna discuss some of our differences and the solutions, how we can start finding ways to mitigate our issues. Um, because I have hope, and the reason why I have hope, long as God's sitting on that throne, that gives me hope. If He wasn't there, hey, I'd be like y'all. But long as God's sitting on the throne, I don't care, because people have given up on us, have given up on our young. Just let them kill each other. That's what they say. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. If I did, I wouldn't have wrote this book. So I can't do this by myself. I need y'all help. Everybody out there. I'm a regular guy. I'm a regular guy. Everything I've been doing, I've been financing myself. And I don't believe the big donors. I don't believe the big corporations gonna come behind me and back me up, because I don't think they really care. I don't think they care about a Black life. Because if they did, I wouldn't have to write this book. I wouldn't have to be talking to you. You know, the funeral homes been filling up for years. Matter of fact, they didn't build tons of them now. We became just product, basically. In the funeral homes, in the jail cells, we became product. That's all we is to them. But I don't believe we are. I believe we more important, because God said so. Because God said so. I believe that we so connected to Him that we just don't know that, because we don't want to take time to learn nothing. Be too busy, too busy traveling so fast. And think about it, when you're in a car, you're traveling fast down the road, and you try to look from side to side, you can't see nothing but blur. So you see, you slow down, be able to see it all. And that's all we have to start doing, slowing down a little bit, paying attention to things around us, learn how to communicate with each other, learn how to get along, learn how to put our differences aside and look at our common struggles. I know it's not easy, man. I know some of your brothers, some of the sisters, man, they tempt you because out of, a lot of drugs out here now. Um, man, it used to be like that. I mean, I remember when I was younger, in a project, the Desire Project, me and a friend of mine was smoking some herb, and a guy, one of my daddy partners came along, said, "Hey, what y'all doing?" I'm scared. I'm shaking, scared to death, you know. And he said, "What y'all doing? Give me that. Give me that. I'm gonna tell your folks on you." I'm scared. I'm shaking. I give it to him, and I'm still scared, shaking as we leave. And my friend with me, he said, "Stop, stop." And we go around the building and we look, and the dude just smoking weed laughing. But my point I'm making, see the fear that we had in adults. That's the fear we used to have. We don't have that no more. And the next generation, we can start getting that back. You got to believe it, though. We got to work towards it. We all let it go because all of us start chasing money. Every last one of us been chasing money, wanting to have this good life. And left our people in, because guess what? When we was trying to chase the money and have the good life, our people, the ones who wasn't that fortunate, because like I was saying last week, the daddy get killed, the mama on drugs, the grandmama probably can't take care of no kids, Uh, it makes it hard, so the kids themselves don't really have nobody and get out here and give it the gangs or get with the other dudes that just gonna use them to sell drugs, take advantage of them. And if they're a nice looking girl, she'll be out a little woman before her time, you know. So all this breakdown in the family just been happening. Just it didn't happen overnight. You know, years ago we all heard we don't own helicopters. We don't own ships. We don't have connection to customs. For some reason, drugs stays in our community. Why? We don't put them there. We just take advantage of the opportunity being by them being there, but it's a destructive outcome. It's a destructive outcome because even the drug dealers soon they're gonna get killed, go to jail. Very few get a chance to change, like me. Not because of me, because of God, His grace, His mercy. But it's my first time doing this, and I just want y'all to be patient with me. You know, hopefully as time progresses, I learn what to do next, how to do it, and have a little more people to, have this roundtable discussion. You know, I appreciate Pastor Kevin. For giving me a little platform, and you know, I don't know. So I can get a little more into wake up, or I can even get to this one. This is the very beginning. Dedication. I should have did that first. I should read dedication. This book is dedicated to everyone who served as a positive or negative role in my development, because without it, this project would not be possible. In addition, special thanks goes out to my entire family, beginning with my wife and my two sons, my mama, my dad who is deceased. Much love, Pops. My sister and my three brothers. One of my brothers is deceased, Ken Walker. Much love, bro. I certainly must send this out to a woman who instilled some strong fundamental principles in me, of course, with my mother. I'm speaking about my grandmother, Miss Anita Robinson, who is no longer present in our midst. But your wisdom and your love remain in me. Thanks eternally. My aunts, my uncles, my niece, my nephews, my cousins, and my friends. I want to thank the whole host of family and friends and all from all different directions. My man partners, Dexter E. Florence, Tyrone Davis, and my very special cousin who gave me a pathway to seeing my vision reach its genesis, Dr. Sean Walker is her name. Much love, cuz. And the countless and millions of black and brown lives lost in a system of hate, which was provided for us on our arrival to America. We need to find ways to bring down the temperature so we can stop this black on black annihilation. Because it is an incredible shame that we will hurt or even kill one another over our differences. However, it is more alarming that we cannot unite over our common struggles. This must be paramount going forward. Finally, Dan Drake of Millennium Dawn, I must salute you for helping me create my vision into reality. That's the brother gonna be here next week. He the one who helped me with my cover. Uh, and just rather go ahead and get introduction. I should have did this first. This is the introduction to my book. On my knees in prayer, asking God to unite his people. Because as spiritual people, it is obvious that the infestation of race, economics, politics in America had destroyed millions of black and brown people all around the globe. This genocidal warfare has been going on for too long, playing out on many different fronts, which create much devastation by accidental design. The accidental design is how their hate towards us has been transferred and transformed in mostly all black and brown communities as a permanent fixture for centuries, causing daily consequences for any minor disagreement we have with one another. This behavior should be denounced, but on the contrary, it is widely glorified because we all allow black on black killings to become normalized. Capitalization has become the replacement for black life, and the killing of such life is the justification. These are trying times for black people because there are many black people who appear to be doing well in American society, which creates the illusion that all is well with the masses of us, which is a very false projection of reality. My hope is to I'm sorry, I'm sorry. My hope is that those black and brown people who ascended to a position of power and influence of any kind will pass this message on to the oppressors that the sake of our poor and struggling, that brothers and sisters like myself are coming. The mission is to balance the scales of justice, take the elephant off the scales of justice and replace it with a feather like you have on your side of the scale. Finally, all praises to the Most High for everything. That's the introduction. First, dedication, introduction, then we get into that wake up. But this is a intriguing, powerful, powerful book. I'm talking about brothers and sisters that purchased this book and read it. They were shocked. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. And I'm gonna try to get this guy on. I was on Facebook. Uh, this is a white guy. I mean, this day I had like a lot going on. I'm trying to do this, trying to do that, but I'm getting this hate stuff coming, constantly coming at me. Because when I promote the book, certain people see certain words and it just turns them off, and they want to be on attack mode, and I just be the target. But they caught me at the wrong time, so I slipped and got a little more aggressive than normal, and I went at the guy. I told him some stuff that wasn't pleasant, and but he responded pretty cool, and it kind of calmed me down when he responded. Because at first he was really aggressive himself, so I got aggressive. When I got aggressive, then he chill out. So when he chill out, I kind of chill out. See how that energy swung? So he wound up saying, the reason why I'm not telling you guys what I said, because it's not appropriate to say it, but he caught the message. So he said, that don't offend me. That's his response. That don't offend me. Y'all get mad. for stuff like that. Y'all sensitive to stuff like that. I'm not sensitive to that. We're not sensitive to that like that. So he caught me off guard. I said, okay. I said, then what do you want? That's my next message back to him. He said, his message back to me, are you racist? So he really caught me off guard again. So I responded back by telling him, if the hunter go hunt rabbit for centuries, but the rabbit one day just get tired of it and get him a gun, and the hunter come through there to kill a rabbit, but the rabbit got the gun now, and the hunter screamed, that's not right. That's not fair. And I asked him, I said, then that makes the rabbit a killer? So he responded back to me, well, it's not about color. It's not about color. So I respond back to him. I said, well, if it's not about color, why the Bible emphatically give a description of Jesus being a dark-complected person? But someone decided to deviate away from that and paint him white if it's not about color. So now we was at where we can reason now. From we came out of the dirt with all that, and now we was at the surface where we can have a real serious conversation. So we wound up exchanging numbers and start talking. So he wound up going buy my book. He'll write himself. He'll author himself. He read my book and said, man, this is an excellent book. Honestly, he wrote and put he wrote something to Amazon and put it on my book. And I was like just impressed with that. But me and him got pretty cool from that. So this not about color for me. It's about what's right, what's wrong. This the moral of my story. And because some people gonna get it a little twisted because I'm a black man, I'm not ashamed of that. And I don't think if you're white, Asian, Mexican, whatever you are, you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. And for the longest time, we've been put in that position. And, and if you're darker, you kind of get pushed back. When you're light, you get a little more. But if all this go back centuries, and we know that. But I always been a proud black man, especially when I came into the truth, the knowledge of self. So, and that's what I explained to him, man. It's not about me hating no white man and white people. I don't, that's petty. When I talk, though, I'm talking about truth. I'm talking about what's true, what a lie is, what's facts, what's false. So basically, that's how I live, and this what I'm about. And I can stand up anywhere and say this. I'm not afraid of what you can do to me. If anything, I'll be more afraid of what I can do to you. Be honest with you. So, but I ain't trying to go there. My mission is clear. It's to reach these young men and give them a serious message and stop them from killing each other. As simple as that. Can't get no simpler than that. That's not pleasing. Because look, when you die and see God, I mean, no matter what people say, that's like, all sin the same. All right, that's what the Bible says. I understand that. I'm saying here, why we here? Killing each other for differences. That don't make sense. That's not cool. It's not cool. Child body laying on the concrete. The mama got to get word of this. And then you sitting in jail now. And then before you probably get there, if you had a couple of guys with you, and probably told on them. So it's all messed up. So you got like 9 to 10 families, and this happening every day. Every day. Every day this happening. And it's hurtful. It's hurtful to deal with it. I ain't got to know none of the families. Just me knowing that the reality that the families themselves have to go through is painful. And some people, like For instance, you know, and I don't even know if I should say this, but I don't even know the lady, and I don't know her children. But when I was working in Georgia, they had one lady in New Orleans lost 3 sons in 1 week through gun violence. Yes, that's what I just said. She lost 3 of her sons in 1 week in gun violence, with gun violence. Yes. According to what was written in the newspaper, um, one was killed. The other two, while they was getting that body prepared for the service, whatnot, the other 2 of her sons was walking to the store to get something to eat. And allegedly, apparently, whoever killed the other son wound up seeing them two and killed both of them. She couldn't even go to the funeral. You think that's pretty? You think that's cool? It's a nightmare, man. The woman couldn't even go to her children's funeral. That's how hard that was. That's how devastating that was. But we don't feel that pain unless it's one of our family. But see, the difference is when somebody lose their life and gun violence, with gun violence, you know, I understand even on the national stage too. I am not discounting that. I'm not discounting the national stage. I'm really focused on the community, the hood. That's where it got to really stop. I mean, Black Lives Matter doing a great job out there, believe it or not. And I'm proud of them, the women that came together with that organization. You know, they're fighting, they're doing what they got to do. You know, you hear all kind of negative things. Anytime you go big, anything go big, it become a punching bag. Become a punching bag. So, but I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them for what they're doing, the work they're doing. But now it's on us now to do some work in the hood, our communities where we live. Chicago got a big problem with murders. Uh, Detroit, New Orleans. Uh, they got some more cities. St. Louis. I don't know them all right now, but it's all the same. We're all taking each other's lives, and that's not cool at all. And we got hard work, man. We got to start loving each other. And the only way you're going to do it, they got to educate. Not education coming from a system because they don't know you. They don't know us. Well, they know us because they didn't study us. I don't mean it like that. But I mean, we got to educate ourselves with our own material. Let's put it that way. Because realities can be different, even though it's the same. All right. What you mean by that, Troy? I'm going to tell you. We can be in the same spot and something can happen, a big explosion. All of us react different. We all heard something different. And he was there, someone else was closer, someone else was further. But yet, we all got a story in the same reality. We all got a story. So that's what I mean. They don't really know our story like us. If you talk this, they'll think, oh, that's in the past. You're no slave no more. But the same treatment is still there. The same mentality is still there. You know, if we make up 13.4% of the society, how we make up 80% of the institutions being in prison? That don't make sense. How is it? Well, we lazy. We don't want to work. Okay, we lazy, but our ancestors, we got blood from them that built this country. Literally, our blood is from them. We're not lazy. We may get tired of the situations that we have to deal with, but we're not lazy. I made a commitment to God that I'd never sell drugs again once I came into truth. That's why it's so important to learn truth. You learn truth, it changes your behavior. I'm not here to deceive you. I'm not your enemy. Didn't come from me. It's coming from me to you, but it didn't come from me. I don't even want to take credit for it. I just happen to be the messenger that telling you about I'm not your enemy. You learn truth, it changed behavior. So if the truth that you've been getting and your behavior didn't change, hmm, okay. So we got to get to a state where this gets serious. Don't let the next kid be your kid laying on the streets. We gotta communicate. We gotta talk. Because if a single mother raises boys, hey, if the uncle's not there, maybe somebody in the neighborhood cares enough. We gotta get back to a community. We gotta do it. Like they say, as a village, we all gotta help each other, man. We cannot, okay, I got it, you don't have it. You know, we all know some of us who older. That's what I'm getting to. Some of us older knowing that, hey, we used to share like that. You may have the sugar, they have the Kool-Aid. He have the sandwich meat, he have the bread, he have the chips, he have the cookies. We all come together, we all eat. Community is important. Because now we at that stage, everybody got to get theirs. Everybody got to get theirs. Nobody want to help the next person. You get a break, you want to shine. The problem is, though, keep this in mind. None of this stuff you take with you. Nothing. Not even a body that you carry around every day. Nothing goes with you when you leave here. And you don't be here long. Let me give you another example of that so we can understand each other. If I was to ask you, would you rather have the apple or the apple tree? Most likely you're going to want the tree. If I ask you, you want a car or a car dealership? Most likely you're going to want the dealership. If I ask you, you want time or eternity? You're going to pick eternity. But guess what? When you're just selling out for this life, just like that, you pick all the opposites. You pick the apple. You pick the car. You pick time. This is serious business. God gave us time to do some real work. We got lost in the shuffle. All of us did, you know. So the preachers got to be able to communicate with these teachers. The teachers got to get with the politicians. Politicians got to get with the street leaders. Street leaders got to talk to the rappers. So we all got to do this thing together as a chain, link, lock together. We got to, even if we got to change some of the music a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Hey, they need us. Think about it. They need us. Believe it or not. Think about it. If they follow us in everything, music, dance, don't look around. Rap started out, but New York, worldwide now. Everybody want to do it. All cultures rap, some kind of rap form, beats, lyrics, everything. Dance, all the moves that we do, somebody else doing them. But the problem is, nobody following us killing each other. That's what we got to look at. They follow us in everything, but not that. We got to stop it, man. We got to get more serious about it. Those that come from these humble beginnings, now you're living behind the brick walls with the big old houses with the lakes in the back and all that stuff. Cool. I'm not hating. I'm happy for you. They had a lot of black people shed a lot of blood to give you that opportunity. Because if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't be there. Trust me. You don't know that, but it's the truth. Learn about that truth. And then that convict your spirit to come and help. I ain't asked nobody to ask for no handout. Because y'all more influential. Y'all got the money, because that's what people respect. I'm still old school. I respect people. I don't respect things that don't move me. I'm grateful. I know where I come from. I come from the ghetto. I know how it is to sleep with the flying roaches all over the place and rats and open windows and all that stuff with the fan in it. Yeah, I come from that. So I'm grateful for God to give me time to change some things around, get my head together, get my heart together. Yeah, I'm very grateful. So I ain't moved by material. So you can't move me with the money. I'm going to earn my money because I got my trade. I go anywhere in the world and work. Yeah. So I'm not moved by that. Because I understand that this temporary stuff. So the only thing I'm asking, let's get more serious about our business. All of us. I'm not calling nobody out. Just telling you, understand, look, man, you done made it. I mean, I don't care how much money you get, you'll probably still never find happiness. No matter, I mean, you probably, your happiness comes because you know you got something that somebody else won't. That's your happiness. Not all people. I'm just saying, generally, you know. Like I said, I'm not picking on nobody who made it successful in this country. That's not what it's petty. I'm just using that for the example. If you got the resources, use your resources for more good than evil. We deal with enough evil because our ignorance in a hood is an evil by itself. That's why you're killing each other out of your ignorance that make you evil because you're ignorant, not knowing. You learn these things, you get better. You'll do better. Nothing don't come easy, especially for us. Everything is hard. It was designed that way. But it makes you better. It makes you tougher. Make you stronger. You get past it, get through it. Get over it, get around it. We got to get to a point where we use our influence, which, like LeBron, I'm just use this man. You know, I'm really impressed with that young man. I really am, man. But I understand too, by understanding history, if Ali don't take this lick, maybe LeBron wouldn't even know. Maybe, you know, only he know this. I don't know him in person, never met him. You know, I just respect this dude. I respect him. I really do. Built a school in his hometown. You know, he speak up when most people who had this platform wouldn't even open their mouth and see what's going on. So you got to respect people like that, you know? But, and that's not like downing anybody. It's just that, hey, man, when I see a man do what's right, I got to respect that. I got to respect that. That's how I am. Call it how I see it. I say the only one I fear is God. And that's real. The only one I fear. No man, no gun, no weapon. So, but each week, I'm going to do my best to get better. I'm going to do my best to get better. But I'm going to close with this. Black love and black unity will bring black power. Remember that one. Black love and black unity will bring black power. And with that power, we can get our own schools, our own banks, if necessary, our own political party. That way we ain't got to be dealing with all this foolishness. Like Biden said, if you black, you supposed to vote for me. That's what Biden said. But black people was marching for a whole year, trying to get police reform. But there was some Asians, I believe, got killed over there in Atlanta, in the Atlanta area. I don't think it was 3-6 months. They wound up getting a bill passed swiftly through both houses. Is it me or something is wrong here? Terribly. Terribly wrong. Because I remember that Bernie Sanders and Pete Buttigieg was winning that primary till y'all went to South Carolina. And when you got to South Carolina, you was endorsed. And when you got the endorsement, it kind of changed your fortunes. But I'm tired of people playing on us, playing with us. But I'm tired. Don't stop it. Don't change it. It takes all of us. One heartbeat, one mind. It can't be done. We cannot unite. I believe we can with truth, not falsehoods. Falsehoods keep us in these conditions. That's why we have this. The truth, if everybody say the truth, live the truth, we'll unite. It ain't about going kill nobody, take over no government, but we'll get things done to fix the things that's broken in our communities. That way we wouldn't have to worry about somebody setting up shop and we support them and they take the money across town somewhere. And they don't even look like us, don't even care about us, and we support them. And if I had the same shop or grocery store or restaurant in the same hood, my hood, I wouldn't even get the support. They'll find every negative way why they shouldn't come spend money with me. We got to stop this, man. We really got to stop this.